South Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, channeling the spirit of our founding fathers, there's a future here in Philadelphia.
Well, after 4 years of tanking, they finally have generational talent. Look out for these guys. They're on the up and up.
As Sixers fans, it's been worth the wait, and we're ready to go. The wait is over in this one. The Charlotte Hornets begin the game with the basketball. Joel Embiid sends it away. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Batum. Not that time. He misses. To Horford. Fires the three. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Richardson to Horford. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side, given how they're defending.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket, and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Sixers control it. Oh, Ben Simmons missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Batum. To Rozier. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Rozier shot, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. 2-point advantage. Rebound taken by the Sixers. Horford to Richardson. Can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Simmons into the front court. Down 2. Nice pass to set things up. Embiid, good for 2.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Hornets have the basketball. To Nick Batum. Off the assist.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out. Rozier with it. Lead is 2. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harris to Horford. Beyond the arc for 3. Message received. Well defended. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Hornets at the controls of this one. To Batum. Oh, he had it. Embiid swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Oh, Ben Simmons. 2-4 now.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Rozier. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. To Simmons. And finishes strong. Now a timeout from the Hornets coach as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Rozier. Short jumper stays out. Harris to Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now 4 for 6.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Simmons to Richardson. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Tobias Harris sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Embiid to Horford. 4-3. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
The quarter comes to an end. The 76ers have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Joel Embiid. He's 2 for 2 now.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here comes the screen. Tobias Harris with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
The pass set it all up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Charlotte with the basketball. To Nick Batum. Driving right to the basket. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. That's his third block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Rozier into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
To Batum. Goes to the left side. Not that time. To Simmons. He gets it.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Now the Hornets take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions.
Here's a chance from long range. Sixers with the rebound. To Richardson. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Not that time. The follow won't go either. For 3. Off the iron. No good. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Misses the first. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down 12. Batum to Rozier. Terrific vision. Rozier rocking the rim. Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Josh Richardson. Now that's a contest. Miles Bridges. To Nick Batum. And hits at the line. Batum to Rozier.
Watch that cutter.
Wide open look, won't go.
Psychological warfare by the defense. I see they baited him into that shot. They'll give him that all night long.
From long range, tough shot. Well defended. Rozier with it. 9-point margin. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Nothing going here on that drive. Simmons to Horford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Screen coming. Joel Embiid with a piece. Fourth this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Horford. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
You like
Simmons
Charlotte.
to Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Harris. A pass stolen by the Hornets. Great feed and stuffs it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
And the finish at the rim.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Nothing going here on that drive. Batum to Miles Bridges. Batum. Nikola Batum. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Got it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Batum buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Easy path to the rim. Late heave to beat the buzzer. First half comes to an end. It's the Sixers out in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Charlotte Hornets had kept it close after 1 half. And that deficit is a negative, of course. but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today.
Game track. Assists.
We're seeing unselfish basketball in this matchup, with each team turning good shots into great shots. These squads really know how to let it flow.
Player of the half.
Simmons really showed off his court vision in the first half. When he's able to get the ball moving like that, his team can be tough to stop.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Sixers have the basketball. Cody Zeller, huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Al Horford, a couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Rozier into the front court. The deficit is 6. To Batum. Going to launch beyond the arc. Al Horford snares the rebound. Slams it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand. Check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Rozier. Rebound cleared by Philly. Simmons with it. Up 5. Oh, big finish at the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Nikola Batum. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Horford knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
To Nick Batum. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball. especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Joel Embiid pins it. Make that 7. Simmons with it. It's an 8-point lead. And the 2 for Al Horford getting to the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Ben Simmons tips it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And counted at the rim.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hornets right now in possession. Tobias Harris rejects it. Al Horford sends it away. Into the front court comes Simmons. Lead is 12. Now whistle, and Charlotte is going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
Hey everyone, check this out. The first 1,000 fans in our next home game will receive a free team poster. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed by the entire team. Show up early for your chance to win.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 1, Malik Monk.
To Batum. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Simmons. He throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Nick Batum. Shot won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys leading by 14. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Cleared out by Embiid. To Richardson. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down a ferocious slam inside.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Sixers call for time as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Lets it fly from long range. That's how you defend. Rozier with it. Trailing by 14. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Richardson. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First free throw is good.
Stepping in for the Hornets, number 1.
And he makes them both. To Richardson. Beyond the arc for three. And Josh Richardson, tough make there. Knocks it down with the defender all over him.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Jonah Bolden swats in.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Miles Bridges. 4-3. Great dish to set it up. The follow won't go either. Richardson. He engulfed him that time. A shot at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. And a great start for the 76ers. It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. To Richardson. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Miles Bridges. From the painted area, won't go down. Lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Richardson. For 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Charlotte basketball. Snared by Embiid. To Richardson. Can't miss those. Shot from the lane won't go. Gets a shot up off the mark. Joel Embiid sends it away. 8 now.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Runner here won't go down.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Simmons to Horford. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Doesn't have the touch, no good. Horford, smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Runner here won't go. Look out.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Horford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good. And he buries it.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
Great pass to set it up. And scores. Sixers call for time. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one remaining.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
Simmons into the front court. Up by 3. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Oops, he missed the first one. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Rozier into the front court. His guys trail now.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. It's a big finish.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Rozier buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And hits the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Hornets have the basketball. deep right corner. Has a chance. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Off the assist.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Baseline drive. Drive by Harris, but a shot won't go. Batum, nice pass to stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And the slam.
And easy to get back on defense.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Screen coming. The monster stuff. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Substitution being made in this one. And a pass taken away by Charlotte.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Hornets
Did what great teams do best. Finish.
I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The 76ers.
Just couldn't close this one out.
They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Terry Rozier
Was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.